Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. My name is Steph. So glad to have you. Today's video is going to be my August wrap up. I did read a good amount of books, but I am in the process of packing to move and things like that. I'm currently not home right now. I was visiting with some family because I had some time off. But besides the point, that is why I'm in a different location, but you won't be seeing my bookshelves for a while because unfortunately all my books are packed away. It's kind of weird not seeing all my books every day. But I am making a big move. I have decided instead of living currently where I am in Newfoundland, I'm going to be moving to Ontario. Just a bigger area, lots of more opportunities and things like that. But besides the point, the content's going to be kind of sparse, I guess. I've pre-filmed actually 2 videos since my sister was visiting. We actually filmed some videos together, and I'm always talking about buddy reading with her and me and her picking up the same books and all that kind of stuff. So I thought I should have her on the channel, and a couple people have actually asked in the comments, like, are you ever going to have your sister on your channel? And I always wanted to. It's just that she lives quite a ways away from me, but she came down for a visit, so we filmed 2 videos. We filmed a book haul, which is like a huge book haul. I think we have like 56 books or something like that. And then we also filmed a book Q&A. I was hoping for at least 1 video. We got to film 2, which is totally awesome. But yeah, those videos will be coming, if not already uploaded. Currently where I am, the Wi-Fi is kind of not too great. So I haven't been able to upload videos, but this one will likely go up before that. It's currently September 4th, and this is the latest I've ever waited to post a wrap up for the month. At the beginning of August, I did really good. I read all the books that I have read, I'm pretty sure, were on my TBR, which I was saying in last month's video, when I was doing like my August TBR, that I was like, I don't really know if it's even worth it doing this video because I never read the stuff that's on the list, but I stuck to my list this month. I didn't read all of the books on the list, but I'm pretty sure everything I did read was on my TBR for this month. The beginning of the month was a really good reading spot. I was reading lots of things back to back, and then towards the end of the month, like I said, my sister came to visit. I've been doing some packing and things like that, so I never really got a chance to do more reading. But yeah, I'm going to tell you the books I did read, which were obviously on my Kindle. I tried to start, as you can see, All Roads Lead Here by Mariana Zapata. I didn't get too very far into it, but I did read, a little bit of it, so that's not obviously going to be on the TBR for this month, but I'm going to tell you the books that I did read. So let's get right into it. Okay, so I don't have them written down, I just have them on my Kindle here. I just browsed through my Kindle. I believe I've read 7 books this month, and all of them were on my TBR. Don't think that that's going to be a normal thing, because I am absolutely terrible at following my TBR, and I have no clue what I want to read next month. So I'm not sure if I'm going to have a September TBR, because it's going to be pretty chaotic with packing and stuff. I have to be out of my apartment by the end of September. I'm still currently working my, regular 9-to-5 job. There's a lot of things going on, and there might not be a lot of frequent uploads. But yeah, regardless, let's get into what I read this month. So the first thing I read, which is the end of the Twisted series. So I read Twisted Lies. That was the last book that I needed to finish that I didn't have in last month's TBR. So I did read Twisted Lies. I gave it 5 stars. So it's my favorite book in the Twisted series, hands down. If you watch my channel, you probably know why. It's because it has fake dating in it. I just loved the couple so much. Yeah, it was something I read at the beginning of the month, so I'm not like completely all there with like all of the things that I guess happened in the book, but I loved it so much. I loved how much he cared for her. I felt like the relationship in that last book was a little bit different to the other relationships throughout the series. I felt like he was like he was protective, but like very caring towards her. I loved the fake dating aspect. Yeah, that one was definitely a 5-star read. I think I'm going to be going in order, but I'm not positive because I didn't write them down. I think the next book that I read was Misfit, by Elle Kennedy, and this was a new one that had just recently come out, so I definitely wanted to read it, and I love the few things that I have read by Elle Kennedy. I think I've read like 4 or 5 different books by her, so I picked this one up, and I gave it like, I think I gave it a 4-star rating. So I don't have the physical book. I've read all these on my Kindle. But normally I write stuff in my reading journal and I just haven't got a chance to. So I didn't write down the character names, but we follow the two main characters. First of all, it starts off with our male main character. Let me just see if I can get their names here. It would be a lot better to talk about that way. So there's 2 brothers in the beginning, and the main character's mother, she remarried to this really rich guy, and he has a son. So now the 2 boys are brothers. They don't really get along at first, but then he ends up getting sent to the same prep school that he goes to, and that's where they meet the main character, Sloane. I do remember the female main character's name. Sloane is the headmaster, I guess, his daughter, and so she's like completely off limits, but that doesn't deter our main character from pursuing her, and I just really loved the storyline. There was also this kind of like mystery at behind the scenes kind of thing, because Sloane's sister was actually in an accident, and I'm not going to say too much, but things had happened and they were really trying to figure out what had happened to her and who did these things to her, and that was kind of in the back of the book as well, which I really enjoyed that part too. But at the end, it ended on a cliffhanger. You kind of found out some more details about what had happened in her accident, and then the book just ended. I did give it 4 stars because at the ending, like, you know, the second half of the book really had me hooked, and I definitely want to continue on with this series. But yeah, like I said, the beginning was a little bit slow. I wish there was, you know, a little bit more in the beginning, but nonetheless, I gave it 4 stars. I really did enjoy it. Alrighty, so after I read Misfit by Elle Kennedy, I then picked up the novellas. I read those on my Kindle by Ali Hazelwood. So I read Stuck With You, Below Zero, Under One Roof. I can't remember exactly which order I read them in. I gave, let me just refresh myself here. Below Zero was, I don't really want to say what they're about because they're so short of a book that I don't want to ruin it. They're only like 120 pages or something like that each, if that. So Under One Roof, I gave 4 stars. I liked it, but I didn't love the ending when they got together. Like, I wanted them to be together, but I felt like the guy was like very like insecure in the ending, and you get that whole build up, and then he was just kind of awkward, I felt. I did give it 4 stars though because I really did like it. It was like a force proximity, and because they had to like live together kind of thing, enemies to lovers. And then I read Stuck With You, which is the 2 main characters are stuck in an elevator together. I'm not going to say any more than that. That one there was my favorite, and I gave that one 5 stars. Really, really liked it. I wish these were longer. Obviously, they're novellas, so that's what they're meant to be. But I just wish there was more about it. I did give that one 5 stars. And then the last one that I read was Below Zero, and our 2 main characters there. So the female main character gets stuck in a snowstorm, and she has to have somebody come help her, which is obviously the male main character. I loved this one and I gave it 5 stars as well. Yeah, the only thing I could say about these is I wish they were longer. The reason why the third one that I said didn't give 5 stars was because of the ending. I just didn't enjoy the ending. I felt like, you know, like I said, that the male main character was kind of insecure and it just kind of felt awkward to read. But yeah, I read those. And then I read The Cheat Sheet by Sarah Adams, I believe. Yes. This was a 5-star read. I feel like I knew that going into it. I loved the premise of the book, fake dating. So of course, I'm going to do some like trope related videos, probably not too soon, because I'm trying to like slowly read different tropes and compile them up to talk about in videos rather than read the same trope back to back. So I did read The Cheat Sheet and this was a 5-star read. I really liked this book and I felt like I was laughing out loud, but also really enjoyed the like mental health aspects of this book. I loved the main character's relationship. It was like childhood friends to lovers, and I don't know, there was just everything that I loved about this book. The only thing that was like, it wasn't like a bad thing, but when the whole time you're in the book, you're in both their point of views and you know that they both are in love with each other and have been in love with each other since they were kids, but they keep like brushing off the little hints and things that happen that give away that they have feelings for each other, like, oh, he's just doing that because of this, and then that especially gets even more intense when they start to fake date. And I'm not going to say why they start fake dating, because that's like, I find the most fun about fake dating books is finding out what the reason is why they have to come together and fake date. But yeah, he is on the football team. She is just like his quirky best friend. And yeah, that's all I can say about this book. I absolutely loved it. And I definitely want to read more by Sarah Adams. The very last book that I read is a Coho book, and this book, I love it. It's at the top of my Coho reads. This one is Too Late by Colleen Hoover, and it was also on my TBR. So I'm really happy that I did pick that one up, and that is the last book I have to talk about in this video. So yeah, I adored this book. This is what they say is Colleen Hoover's darkest book to read, and I think for that reason some people have not picked it up, and the people that have picked it up maybe have kind of mixed reviews on it, but I thought this book was so good. I actually seen this book from another fellow YouTuber, booktuber, I guess. I can't remember what her name is. I want to say it's Rachel. And she described the book, but she said that she didn't love the book. And maybe it just wasn't her, you know, genre, or, you know, the tropes she didn't love, whatever it may be. But I heard the premise of the book from her video, and she was explaining how she didn't really enjoy it, but I was thinking, how good does that sound? So, and of course it was a Colleen Hoover, and I want to read all of Colleen Hoover's stuff. So, and I haven't picked up a Colleen Hoover in, I would say, a little while. So I picked this one up, and so basically it follows our two main characters. Our main character, he is a detective, like undercover cop kind of thing, and he is going into this drug house trying to obviously make a bust to get, you know, pile up some information to get this guy locked away. But when he gets into the house, he meets this woman who is the girlfriend to the main guy in the house. As you can see, I can't remember the names. I didn't have a chance to look them up beforehand, but I loved this. I felt like it was definitely different than something I normally read, because there was a lot of trigger warnings like sexual assault and, you know, violence, all that kind of stuff, drug use. There was just a lot of things that were very heavy in this book, but I felt like this book was so well done, and it was one of those ones that was like not totally romance. Like you were like really, I felt like I was watching a movie while I was reading it. I feel like that's what I feel when I read Colleen Hoover, is I really am like so into the book that I feel like it's, you know, it's happening around me, like I'm seeing it as a movie. And that's what I love. And I just felt like I was watching this action movie where this guy was like going undercover. He was trying to, you know, get this guy in trouble, but like little things were happening, and you're wondering, is he going to get found out? Is the guy going to be like, hey, you're a traitor, I know that you're up to something. But at the same time, there's this underlying romance where he's kind of seeing the main character, this woman, and she is obviously with the, you know, the main drug dealer, I guess. And you're like, okay, she's so off limits, but he is still, you know, pursuing her and doing it behind this guy's back and hoping not to get caught. And it just had me on the edge of my seat. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, there's a lot of trigger warnings, and if it sounds interesting to you, definitely look up what it's about before going into it, because like I said, it's one of Colleen Hoover's darkest romance novels, but it was a 5-star read and I absolutely loved it. So that is all of the 7 books that I read that were on my TBR this month. Since I followed It So Good this month, I wish I was setting a September one, but I am not sure what I'm going to be able to read for this month. I definitely would really like to get to Love on the Brain by Allie Hazelwood, because I did get a physical copy of that, which you will see in the book haul that I have coming soon. But before I end this video, I thought I would just show you 2 books that I did pick up after I made that video, and these are actually from I live in Canada, so a local Dollarama. They were $3 each. So the first book I picked up is The Plus One. I've actually never seen this anywhere, and I was kind of on the fence about picking it up because I wasn't sure if I was gonna love it. But it's basically about this girl who is a robotics engineer. She's single. She's trying to find a date. So she builds this robotic boyfriend. I don't know, it sounded kind of weird, but at the same time it also sounded pretty good, and I was like, you know what, I am intrigued by this synopsis, so I think I definitely will pick that one up. It's by Sarah Archer. If you have read this, I actually really love this cover. It has a yellow spine, but I don't think I have many books that are like this kind of minty teal kind of color. But yeah, if you've read this, please let me know what your thoughts are on it. I think I looked it up on Goodreads, I believe, and it had like a 3-something rating. So I was like, you know what, I might really like that. So I'm gonna pick that one up, and for $3, why not? And then the last book that I picked up is The Boy Toy by Nicola Marsh. And I don't know too much about this, but it looks like a summer romance, just by the cover. And my sister actually picked this one up a little while ago at her local Dollarama, and I have been checking in this store constantly for books, and I never see any good ones. I just kind of see, you know, your olden day kind of vibes, and that's not really my cup of tea. I like, you know, the rom-coms or, you know, fun romance books. But she did see this one and picked it up, and then when we went to the dollar store together here, I actually found it at mine, so I picked this one up. But yeah, I just wanted to show you those 2 because I'm not sure if I'm going to be doing another haul soon, and if I do, these books will probably already be packed away. So yeah, just wanted to haul those 2 on my channel. But yeah, that is the end of this wrap up mini haul. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you have a lovely day. Maybe this gave you some ideas of books that you want to read this month. Let me know if you read any of these in the comments, whether you liked them or disliked them. Even if you have a different opinion from mine, I'd love to hear it down in the comments. I hope you have a lovely day and happy reading. Bye!